just going to ask the question. For anyone that wants to be successful in trucking and own a trucking company and do well in this, what is your best advice to give someone like that?
Be willing to do what everybody else won't. That's the bottom line.
Man, I got chills when you say that, Randy. I got chills. What's going on, Mother Truckers? Welcome to the Asian My Show. We met Randy today at the Mecca Chrome Shop at the 595. We're just BSing, hanging out. And next thing you know, I find out he's doing something pretty cool today. So before anything, please introduce yourself, sir.
I'm Randy C. I own Gold Coast Heavy Hauling. We're a heavy hauling company based out of South Florida. We do oversized and specialized transport throughout the state.
I love it, brother. I love it, you know. So we look like we're in a pretty dangerous location right now. What are we doing at the moment, Randy?
Right now we're waiting for police escorts to arrive. We've got a large oversized load of panels going over to the power plant here in Dania Beach Energy, coming out of Port Everglades. We've got everything loaded and secured, so right now we're just waiting for our escorts to get on site with the truck so we can proceed on the route. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, like if you look at him coming around, that gives you kind of a good angle. I think this would be a good angle.
That'll be good right there. That's the magic right there.
That's it. That's what it's all about.
In the trucking business, me being a bedbugger myself, a lot of people that are looking to get into this business really look at heavy hauling as one of the top tiers. One of the craziest things you'll ever see. So one question that I have that I know a lot of subscribers have is, what are some of the craziest things that you've ever hauled or transported, brother?
We've done military aircraft. We had a down jet aircraft, ex-Russian fighter several years ago that we went out and took apart with several cranes in the Everglades and transported back up to Lakeland. We've hauled small submarines, a ton of helicopters, a lot of oversized specialized stuff for highway, and basically any kind of civil engineering is really our bread and butter.
No, you know, it's crazy. You'd never think, you know, America looks and just says, a submarine. I wonder how that got there. Well, there's a great chance that maybe Randy's the one that hauled it, right? You or one of your team members, correct?
Absolutely.
You know, that's crazy. When you hear things like that, are you willing to take on any challenge, or what was probably the most difficult thing you've ever thrown on the back of an RGN or anything like that?
The most difficult things are some of the more delicate items, a lot of art items. They set up a large display down off of Brickell several years ago with some type of running LED track. That all had to be brought in, taken out of the containers, swapped out, loaded on special cradles that we had to fabricate, and moved in after hours and unloaded with cranes. The more delicate, the more difficult. The larger, more industrial pieces, they're pretty elementary.
No, I hear that, brother. You know, I always tell people, you know, trucking changed my life. It was my way of financial freedom. But I tell everyone, you can't just be another steering wheel holder. So what you just did right there, Randy, you got to use the brain. You got to be a little bit of a MacGyver.
Exactly.
You know, the trucking industry is hard as it is. You know, when I look at this, people see someone like yourself. When did you start trucking? How the heck did you get into this, brother?
Just like everybody else in trucking, a series of unfortunate circumstances. I started out in towing, which I did as a sideline until I ended up in the lowboy business. I had a partner in the towing company and a partner in the lowboy business. Neither partnership worked out, so I left there about 20 years ago and started out with one truck and one trailer and just built it up from there, doing basically the things that nobody else was willing to take on.
Wow, and where are we at now? How many trucks and how many trailers do we have now?
Right now we've got 8 trucks and about 40 trailers.
Congratulations, brother. Congratulations. And how many years did it take to get to this level?
I've been at this level probably about the last 12, 13 years. We could certainly add more equipment on, but we pride ourselves in being professional, having a very select team to do the type of stuff we do. There's a lot of larger companies out there that specialize in what we do, take the longer loads, more specialized freight. We have a very niche market. We've got a really good loyal customer base. So I'd rather keep a loyal, really professional driver on staff than just have 30 people and only have control of 25 of them.
I love that. I was just going to ask the question, for anyone that wants to be successful in trucking and own a trucking company and do well in this, what is your best advice to give someone like that?
Be willing to do what everybody else won't. That's
Whoa.
The bottom line.
Man, I got chills when you say that, Randy. I got chills. So, today, what are we exactly doing? Because the permits and everything that's involved, can you explain the type of just the variables that go into hauling something from point A to B when it comes to this size and this difficulty?
Normally we're contacted by a third party who's somehow involved in the transport one way or another. They provide us with either engineering drawings, shop drawings, what have you, that show the dimensions. From there we figure out how to configure the trailer properly based on what the load is, where it needs to be supported. Typically, if it's local, we try and go out and survey the load beforehand. That's not always the case, that's not always possible. But once we get there, most of the time we have what we need on the truck as far as dunnage, specialized rigging, softeners, what have you, properly secure it. Prior to ever getting the load on the truck, we've got to secure specialized permits, escorts, run a route survey oftentimes, as in the case here, which means we actually have to have a company employee or a third party, in this case certified pilot cars, go out and actually run the route, measure all the ingress and egress, all the approaches, all the bridges, all the overhead obstructions, any obstructions in the road, and figure out the primary as well as the alternate route that we can travel. Then we apply for a permit with the state. Then based on the permit requirements, most of the time we either get a civilian and or law enforcement escorts.
Wow. Telling you, everybody, Randy from Gold Coast, if there's any shippers, if there's anything that can't be hauled, I think, Randy, you're up to it, right?
We like to say no freight too big or small. We haul it all.
Oh, I love it. What's the email? What's the number? What's the Facebook, social media?
Facebook is Gold Coast Heavy Hauling. We've got a Facebook and an Instagram page. We've also got a website, goldcoastheavyhauling.com. It's got links to multiple jobs that we've done. You can also apply online there. Any shippers that are looking to haul anything, you can see a list of jobs we've done, the equipment we have, the capabilities, pretty much anything you can imagine.
I love it, brother. I love it, brother. So at the end of the day, people, Randy with Gold Coast, this is a real man right here that worked hard from one truck, now building something successful. And I'll tell you, it's pretty much the American dream. I appreciate you so much.
Well, thank you very much.